What's going on, YouTube modeling community? Pappy here at West Georgia Rods and Customs. Welcome back to part 4 of the tutorial series, casting your own parts. This is the two-part mold, which, as you can already tell, have I done something? Nope, I just flipped it over. What I did, I took the plexiglass bottom Lexan cover off of the bottom that I used the other day. And what I've got right here, this is the silicone. As you can tell, it really smoothed out. And I'm gonna flip it over now that I've got the plexiglass bottom taken off. And as you can tell, this is the modeling clay. This is the modeling clay that fills up one half of the wheel, or tire. I'm sorry, we're casting tires. All right, what we're gonna do is an on camera, why have I still got my ratio right here? Because I'm gonna check some measurements here just in a second. But while I do this, and I'm going to do this kind of, I wouldn't say gingerly, but I'm gonna take some time doing this, and tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna slide this out of the way for just a minute, and I'm going to start digging this clay out of here as efficiently as I can and talking along the way. One of the things that really I've had a lot of people, like I say, y'all have really made me feel good about what I'm doing about the two-part mold. Really appreciate the comments and everything. I've also had a request to actually do and show how I back half some of my Pro Street bills, and I've also had a question here in the last few days, am I going to start casting the molds for the back half? Well, I'm in the process of trying to figure out how I can do that and do that efficiently, to where not only, see if I can make it, see if I can do it. Sometimes all I do is I actually construct or I back half. I'll just buy a kit and back half. But trying to do what I was talking about early in the series, from trying to stop from buying so many kits just for a donor engine or for a set of tires or for a set of wheels. Just doing it, casting my own stuff. So a lot of times what I'll try to do is either, if I don't back half, I'll prefab my own wheel tubs and things like that, build my own frame, just scratch build everything, as far as stick frame, everything. Being able to cast it, with the, doing a casting on it, that would be, much easier. So yes, I'm going to try to do that here pretty soon. That's one of the things, but I promised, and one of my viewers was like, Pappy, can you do a tutorial on how you back half? And I've got a little, kind of like a little miter box jig that I use to get the good straight saw cut with my razor saw against the frame itself. So yes, I will try to do that for y'all. That's been one of the questions that has been asked of me to do that, and I'm like, yeah, I don't mind. I really would like to try that, do that for y'all. So be looking for that here pretty soon. All right, as we open this up, and just took off the first layer of clay. That's why I do this in 2 different layers. That way I can get down to the bottom surface of this right here. And the next thing I'm gonna pull out, and I like to do this very carefully because I do not want to upset any of the clay that's inside the wheel that I had earlier put in. Reason being is you want that to stay in during the entire, while you pour both sides of the silicone. So I'm just gingerly just taking and pulling that away from the inside there, because this modeling clay tends to, it kind of wants to stick to itself. And that's why I kind of just do it, just slowly take it out. And 2, I don't want to upset the wheel inside the silicone mold itself. So that's another thing that you really want to, you want to be careful with when you're taking this clay out. I'm hoping I'm staying in frame here. So we, as far as what I've been, as far as the good responses that I've had here lately, I really appreciate that. Really appreciate everybody's, giving me a thumbs up on this. I know when I first came into YouTube, things like this just nobody took the time or the patience to do a tutorial on this. I kind of either I had to learn it, on my own, or B, I had to, I had to talk to other community members in order to learn how to back half. And, that was, just some of the things that, being, which I've been in YouTube a while now. And, if, what I've learned, I do not mind sharing, don't mind sharing it at all. Yeah, this is takes a little bit more time to get this centerpiece out. That's why I was and two, I'm probably going to have to, there it comes. Here comes some of you can tell. And I'm probably gonna have to reposition some of this eventually before I pour the next layer of silicone. There we go, that come out pretty easily. And what I'll do is, if you can tell, kind of jagged it was pretty smooth in there, and it's kind of jagged a little bit. So I'm gonna take once I get off camera, I'll take and smooth this back up to as smooth as it was before I poured the silicone in here. Another thing, and I'm buying time here as I dig this stuff out to talk. One of the questions had one of my viewers ask me, Pappy, are you going to pour these engines and wheels and tires for the public to sell? And I got to thinking. I was like, should I or shouldn't I? That's really something that I haven't. I'm not really thinking about selling these for sale. I mean, I'm going to try to use these. The ones that I'm creating, I'm going to probably just use these for my own use. I might consider it. I'm my worst. I'm my worst enemy as far as some of the, I don't know if it's the quality that a lot of people are looking. I know it's the quality that I'm looking for in what I want to use. So do I want to sell to the public? Yeah, it's crossed my mind, but I don't know. That's an avenue I'm gonna venture down later on. Not gonna really say yes or no, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But I appreciate everybody asking me if I would. I might consider it. If you think you might want to buy one. I don't have a PayPal account set up or anything, any way to take payment. Maybe we can, if you're interested, just drop me a line, down below in the old direct message box down there, and we can talk about that later. But here we are. Got everything. All the modeling clay dug out of here. I'm going to probably, more than likely, just clean this mold up as far as inside of here. Now, one of the things that I want to, and let me bring my formula back into view, is I do want to take a measurement again. I want to check, of course, the width, and right in here, as far as the width and the length did not change. 2 inches by 2 inches. Let's excuse me. Let's check our thickness again. Pardon me, got choked there. Now I did figure out that I was 3/4 of an inch thick on, as far as in the initial pour. So looking at that, I am right at 5/8. So 5/8. What I might want to do as far as the adjustment, and let me take a kind of a measurement all the way around. We're at about 5/8 on that side. A little bit right there at 5/8. Not quite shy of, a little bit more. It's between 5/8 and 3/4 of an inch. So 3/4 is 0.75. So more than likely when I go to the Lumelite calculator, what I will probably put in will be 2" by 2" by, let's see, 5/8 is point, let's see, 0.655, let's see, can't even, boy, that's pretty bad. Let's see, 580. So 0.58 is going to be right at 5/8. So with that being said, is it 5/8? No, 625. Golly, boy, you can tell I used to not be a machinist. So 0.625 is 5/8. So you're going to round that out to 6.63. So that'll be the formula that I would use, 2 by 0.63. And that, when I measure it out and whatever, more than likely I use 63 grams of silicone on the last pour. It will more than likely be close to 60 grams, but that way I'll double check it before I pour it. I'm not going to do it on screen this time, just for the time allotment. But what I will end up doing before I even pour anything, I'm going to go in here, clean it up. Now, as far as mold additive, but release agent. Let's talk about release agent for a minute. You can buy a spray that is actually a release agent, or you can make your own. And what I've been using for the last molds I've been doing, I'll go in and get petroleum jelly, Vaseline, best thing in the world. Put it in a little small container, take an old paintbrush, and I paint every bit of that surface, of that pink surface right there of silicone. Even the little indexers right there, I'll paint them. And that way, I don't paint the wheel, or the tire. I won't paint none of the surface of the tire, but only the silicone, because that silicone will bind to each other once you pour it in there, if you don't have that release agent in there. And if you pour it together like that, you'll be cutting that mold in half to get the tire out, and it'll be no use to you. So remember to use a release agent as long as you're pouring silicone to silicone. But like, all I use is just I take petroleum jelly and just put it on a paintbrush and just paint every bit of that silicone surface right there, even on the inside of here. Once you do that, mix your silicone up, pour it in there, let it top out, let it sit over 20, I usually generally let it set 24 hours before I even touch it and try to pull it apart. And then once it's set up, you pull these mold boxes off, take it apart. Once you get it taken apart, pull your tire out, clean it up with soap and water. And once you get it cleaned up with soap and water, you're ready to pour resin in that thing. So, but that'll be part 5 of the series, which I'll do later on. So, and we'll get back to this as soon as we can. I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to pour the silicone to this, and we'll let it set up 24 hours. And then tomorrow we'll come back. I'll show you what I clean it up with and get ready to start pouring another tire. Anywho, glad everybody's enjoying this series. Hope it helps you out. Remember, folks, if you can dream it, build it. God bless y'all. Pappy out of here.